Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Country Brewster. Our cherry wine and our blueberry wine has been in primary fermentation for 1 week now. So we need to take it out, remove the fruit bags, and get it into secondary fermentation. So I'm going to start doing that, and I'll just kind of walk you guys through what I'm doing when I come back. It's pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy. But for any newcomers that are new to brewing, this will be beneficial to you. So I will come back once I get these moved over and the bags out, and we'll get a look of what it looks like then. Okay, so we got the cherry done. I'm moving on to the blueberry. So let me just show you guys how I do this. Got a bag, obviously, gloves, not a requirement, but recommended. Take that lid off of there. We're just going to grab this brew bag, and hopefully without making too big of a mess, it's easier on the pot. Bigger hole in the top. Squeeze that nice and good. Get all that water out of there we can, or juice out of there. And there we have it. And then afterwards, I will turn that bag inside out, get all that stuff out, and wash it real good and hang it out to dry. And then next time we go to use it, it's good to go. Those are great bags. They're cheap on Amazon. Highly recommend it. So this has a spout. I could use the spout. I'm going to use the brain fart. I'm going to use the auto siphon to do it because you want a closed loop system as much as possible. You know, like there's gases coming out of here, but we don't want to get a bunch of oxygen in there at this phase of the program because then we could turn into vinegar. So using a closed loop system like that, that's just going to help prevent that from happening. So you could use the spout. You just want to be real careful to try and not introduce too much oxygen into it. So I'll get back to you guys in a second. Alright, so it's real simple. I got the hose down there in the bottom, and we're just going to get this flow going, and there you have it. It's just going to fill up that gallon jug down there, and we're good to go. I'm going to try and hold it up off the bottom a little bit so that we don't get too much crud in there. It just makes the clearing process go a lot faster that way. I have the bottling wand attachment as well, but for this I don't use it. The tip on it gets clogged up with gunk and then it goes super slow. This is just faster. So I'll show you guys where we're at and what kind of readings we're getting on all this here momentarily when we're done. Alright, so there we go. We got about 1.5 gallons of the cherry. Our starting gravity was 1071. It is totally dry. It is, it's at, this is the blueberry, but they're both the same. 0.86 is where it's at, which is way down there. That's from the beast, hard at work there. There we go. So, and that's for both of them. So the cherry's at 10% alcohol or ABV, and the blueberry is at 9. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Next time I'll probably add a little bit more sugar just to get it up there a little bit higher. I like to try and shoot for 12. We're just under that, but no big deal. I did want to say too that when I did this, I don't use oak chips all that often, and I'm going to be surprised to see how this tastes compared to some other ones I've made, because I added oak chips in there just because I had those and I wanted to use them. And I also added black tea. So we got tannins from the black tea and we got tannins from the oak chips. So we got a lot of tannins in there. So it should be a pretty good, interesting little experiment to see if it's overpowering or not. But it's pretty good. 1.5 gallons of the blueberry and 2.5 gallons of the cherry. So this is going to sit for another week just to make sure everything is completed, and give time for all this to settle out and get cleared. And then in a week I'll do another gravity reading just for the heck of it. I doubt if it's going to change at this point. And then if it's nice and good and clear at that point, then we'll get it bottled. If not, I'll probably let it go another week just to get it as clear as we possibly can. So when we go to bottle it, we'll pasteurize it. I'll rack it off into new carboys at that point, because all that stuff will be in the bottom. And then we'll degas it with our degassing wand. We'll pasteurize it, and then we'll let it sit in those carboys, and the next day we'll get it into its wine bottles and get them corked. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully somebody out there learned something. And I appreciate you guys keeping up with the videos and watching. So I will see you guys on the next one.